What's it like trying to thrive as a black person in Hollywood?
Jadixa Bravo.
There was a show where I got there and they pointed at the packages and I was like, I'm actually directing.
I'm filmmaker Justin Simeon, creator of the show and film Dear White People and host of Don't At Me. Tune in for a show where I get real with game-changing creators of color.
Issa Rae.
Hey, this is Bound. It's Bound on your podcast. At me then.
I'm ready.
Creators from the LGBTQIA community, Patrick, Ian, Polk.
I wanted to do a movie about black gay men. I said, okay, I'm just going to do a movie about black gay men. And I was like, well, what is it about? A bunch of punks?
Female creators.
What's up, Sam J?
When I do hear some of those labels, I'm like, oh, that does make sense. Like, masculine of sinner. Yeah, that is what I am.
Basically, everybody but straight white men, but also sometimes them as well. Brought to you by Starburns Audio, Don't At Me with Justin Simeon is available now wherever you listen to podcasts. And remember, don't at me, unless you got something to say.
Starburns Audio.
Dan and Ren and Jay will share tales of folks so unaware they lack in grace and sometimes choose the life they choose will make the news. Breaking down each epic fail in Florida, there's half-price bail. I'm happy to say they couldn't make this up. So listen to our podcast jams with co-host Arm and Dan. Bender, don't be a jerk, cause when the music hits, the funny hits, and we are gonna take you down. Stick around. Make a sound, hunker down, it's Dumb People Town.
Hey Townies, welcome to a Friday episode of Dumb People Town. Population you.
Population Stackhouse.
Dr. Reverend Christopher Stackhouse, a.k.a. Stack. This is a long time coming, my friend. I'm so happy you're on the show with us. I'm smiling ear to ear right now.
How are you, sir?
I'm great. I'm great. I'm excited to be here. Listen, I was trying to get my little beats to work because I felt like if I had these big headphones, I would stick out. But boom, boom, boom. We all
three of us. You're fitting in now.
We got big headphones on. We're ready to talk to you. For those who maybe don't follow necessarily,
I think we need to tell. Normally, we would get into this like after the break of this story, but
good thing it's our show.
It's our show. We can do whatever we want. I want people who might be like, "Who is Christopher Stackhouse?" And we'll explain to you. And actually, let's do it together. So how we can do it in a certain way. So. I spoke about this, and I think we spoke about it on this show too. I think
we did it on a Patreon.
Yeah, I think we did it in the actual one. So Randy and I were hipped to it was the George Floyd Memorial in North Carolina.
Well, it started before that when my daughters wanted to do something. They felt like we got to do something about what happened to George Floyd and just the injustice in this world.
Use our voices.
We have to use our voices. We want to figure out a way, but we don't want to go out in a protest with large numbers of people. So they said, can we make signs and hang them up on the reservoir around Silver Lake where I live, which is down by my house? And they did. And the signs got ripped down 2 days later. And we were like, what happened? And they were very sad. And I said, go back, make a bunch of signs and we'll put them up there together again. We cannot be silenced. And then we found out that somebody was actually ripping the signs down. It wasn't the city. And, we found out on nextdoor.com and my wife said, that's terrible. And then someone was like, oh, great. Your kids are virtual signaling. And, great that you could take your pictures for Facebook and Instagram of you standing.
Well, basically the woman was insinuating that the only reason why you were having your daughters do this was so that you could take a selfie in front of the
Then I joined Nextdoor.com and then I went off on this woman. And then on our podcast, our daily podcast, I read all the things that I said, all my interactions with this woman on Nextdoor.com. Unloaded just to see if I was overreacting or not. So that made it. So that's what we did. And that's all I heard until the weekend of George Floyd's memorial, which he had a beautiful memorial service in North Carolina. I think he had one in Houston. And was there one in New Orleans or no?
Houston, Minneapolis, and
Minneapolis,
North Carolina.
Okay, Houston, Minneapolis, North Carolina. And someone who was listening in North Carolina once said, hey, texted another friend of ours, said the Sklar brothers just got name checked in George Floyd's memorial. And we went back and found it. And I was there with my kids and we listened to it.
We watched your whole speech.
And I'm just going to say first of all, it made them feel so good because now I'll let you tell your side of it. But when I heard our name and the way you spoke it and the speech is so beautiful, I ran around the house like we just won the NBA championship.
And you kept yelling, this is way better than that selfie.
Right.
Which
I was
I
like,
found-
thank
which I
God.
was like,
Yeah.
whoa.
It's like, thank God I didn't do a selfie.
So here it is. I don't know how I found the Dumb People Town podcast, but when I found it, I loved it.
Yes.
And then coronavirus hit. States was shutting down. I had a lot, that I was dealing with the church and other responsibilities. Wife pregnant with twins, and so in your Dumb People Town podcast, you told me that you told the listeners that you were having a new podcast every night. So I was like, all right, cool. So I started listening to it every night. It's kind of my last kind of wind down of the day, and so as I was listening to it, I was hearing your description of what happened with your daughters and the signs. And this is also the same week that I'm getting ready to do the eulogy for George Floyd.
Yep.
So I'm taking all of that into account. And I'm like, so here's somebody on the other side of the nation who is trying to show solidarity with people who they don't know, haven't met, but still feel an affinity to because they understand, that we're all human.
That's
and,
right.
and that we respect each other. So and it just bothered me that somebody would tell you who's doing the right thing that, no, you're just virtue signaling. Like, how dare you try to get on your high horse and tell me that I'm wrong for tearing the kids' signs down.
That's right.
So it just didn't sit well with me. And I said, I think what we all want to know is that our voice matters, particularly when it comes to change, things that are substantial. So I said, I don't know, I'm all the way on the other side of the country. This may never even get to their ears or whatever, but if there's some way for me to let people in a broader way know that small things matter.
Yes.
And don't let people convince you that they don't. That and that's how it came together. So I put it in the eulogy. And then I got on Twitter and I was like, hey, just to let you know, because I wanted your daughters to know. I wanted your daughters to know
loved it.
That small things matter. They do. The moment we think small things don't matter, the moment
we're in trouble.
Yeah, hate wins. So I was like, no. Right. So, and then we started this conversation here. But yeah, it was a good moment for me to hear that you and your daughter and people from over there cared about people that they didn't know about. So I felt like the least I could do was reach back out.
I mean, we put it on our we put it on our Twitter page, on our Twitter. It's our tag tweet at the top. It's got almost 20,000 views, people watching that speech. The speech was unbelievable.
Because the speech is about, and I highly recommend people go back and watch it. You can watch the shorter clip on our thing, and then it'll inspire you to watch the whole speech. But the section that we were mentioned in and your girls were mentioned in was all about, in this difficult moment, this difficult time. And I think this is why we connect with you and why you connect with Dumb People Town, is the moment where we talk about hope. How do we have hopefulness in a time? How do we look across the desert and see just tiny little things that are letting us see, okay, now there's maybe a little change going on here. Now we're heading into maybe a new way and a new way of life. And I feel like to be part of the hopeful part of the speech is like, that means we achieved everything we've always wanted to achieve.
And what you kept on saying, I looked in the horizon, I saw God's hand coming this way, moving this way, doing a little thing. It wasn't huge. It's a small thing, but I saw it coming this way.
The small things matter.
And I so badly wanted to go back on nextdoor.com and tell the woman who was yelling at me, you better duck because God's hand's coming this way. But I did not say that. Because
I mean, I wouldn't be mad at you if you did. I'm actually surprised that you didn't. Just in case.
I was like, you.
Sometimes God reaches out with a hand. Sometimes He reaches out for a clothesline. Either way, you'll feel it.
You will feel it.
So I just love it so much, and so we started DMing each other. Then we text each other, and I told that story on my thing, and you said, you say your mom saw it?
Yeah, my mom, church members, the radio show that we do. I've been sharing it with everybody because I think it's worth sharing. So like you said, it is a story of hope.
And so this to me is the culmination of all of that, which is
This is us doing Dumb People Town with you, reaching across the country. I said this to people, and this is the truth. Like, I feel more connected to you, a preacher, a black preacher in Fayetteville, North Carolina,
in the South,
than I do with older Jewish relatives who vote for Trump because they think he's pro-Israel, which he's not. But the point is that, like, this is the example. We are just people, and this connection is deep, and we are friends for life now because of this experience.
Yep,
I love it. I love it.
Absolutely.
Well, should we get into a story?
Let's take a quick little break.
We'll take a quick break, and then we'll. Okay, good. We'll be right back with Dr. Reverend Christopher Stackhouse, aka Stack. We'll tell you how to follow him. You got to follow him on Twitter. I want to see his Twitter. We told it, and he rose up on the other side of this break.
Stick around, make a sound. There's more Dumb People Town.
Hey guys, want to talk to you about the way we're working these days. Whether you're working from home or working on your fitness, working on yourself. These are all things that Jay and I have undertaken in these last 6 months. What you're listening to should be what you're listening to. Right, Jay?
Yes, absolutely.
I mean, you don't want to be hearing what the neighbors' kids are doing in the pool, or you don't want to be hearing your own kids and music. You want to cancel all that out. And that is why we have to tell you about the best pair of wireless earbuds you can get. And before you want to go drop hundreds of dollars on a pair, you need to check out the wireless earbuds from Raycon. You already know that Raycon earbuds start at about half the price of any other premium wireless earbuds on the market. And they sound just as amazing as any other top brands. We know. I've been listening and using my Raycon earbuds. I've been walking a ton. I walk about 5 or 6 miles a day. Listen to podcasts, take phone calls. Jay, you listen to me on the Raycons. How crystal clear is it?
You sound great. And I know just from the fact that my kids in my house are loud and the things they listen to are loud. So I put these in so that I can be completely noise canceled. And I love them. They fit my ears. They're fantastic. They're less expensive than the other earbuds that are in their class across the board. These are great. And I love that they're sponsoring us.
It's a game changer. They're both stylish and discreet with no dangling wires or stems to distract anyone during video calls. Again, I love this so much. Now is the time to get the latest and greatest from Raycon. Get 15% off your order at buyraycon.com, buyraycon.com/DPT. That's buyraycon.com/DPT for 15% off Raycon wireless earbuds. Buyraycon.com/DPT.
Guys, I want to talk to you about something that's super important, your mental health.
Mm-hmm.
We know that right now everyone has a general level of anxiety in their world, and now added on top of that is the world anxiety, the world of anxiety that has been placed on all of our shoulders because of this pandemic, whether it be economic issues, whether it be social issues, whether it be general anxiety stuff that we all feel, and we're building. All you have to do is scroll through your phone and you can start to feel that anxiety. And whether you're in a house that is making you more anxious or you're quarantining alone and that loneliness is very difficult, we want to make sure you guys are taking care of yourselves. And that's why I love that we have this sponsor, Talkspace. They're amazing. They're an online therapy and they are more committed than ever to expanding access for anyone who is struggling right now. With Talkspace, you get the support of a licensed therapist from the safety of your own home and can reach out from your device whenever something is on your mind. You can send a therapist text, audio, picture, or video messages from your phone or computer 24/7 as thousands of licensed therapists are there to help you out. They'll match you with one that can. And look, I know my wife's practice has grown in the time of this pandemic, mainly because people are needing that connection and needing that outlet and needing that resource. I love Talkspace because they have thousands of licensed therapists trained in over 40 specialties, including the ones that are the most important right now: anxiety, depression, relationship issues, the things that keep you up at night. They're going to help you out. Once you're matched, you can begin your therapy the exact same day. This is really good. So in honor of Mental Health Month, Talkspace is online therapy committed to fostering a global community. They get it. That's the bottom line. You deserve support. You deserve not to have to struggle anymore on your own. Your Talkspace therapist can be your dedicated support system, there to make you feel healthier. That's right. And more empowered even in these uncertain times. As a listener of our podcast, you get $100 off your first month of Talkspace. To match with your perfect therapist, go to Talkspace.com or download the app. Make sure you use the code SCLAR. It gets you $100 off and lets them know that we sent you there. That's SCLAR at Talkspace.com. Hey guys, welcome back to the show. We are back, and we want to mention to you guys, I don't know, is this coming up before our thing?
I don't know.
Sure.
Maybe not.
I'm not sure either.
Either way, we're going to start doing a bi-monthly live show.
Which means the date's probably been announced. So if we've announced it by now, you need to go find out. Because if you've learned anything from our first show on the 15th, it goes fast.
Tickets go fast. You, of course, can follow Dan and his The Good Night Show is a nightly podcast he does. The way we got connected was Dumb People Town, but then the way Reverend Stackhouse got connected with our story was through our daily podcast, Scarborough Country, the Virus Edition. Check that out.
Stack, how can people follow you on Twitter and whatnot?
I think it's DR
underscore
Stackhouse.
Yeah, I think it's
DR underscore.
I want to make sure.
Stackhouse. Yeah, and I got my tickets for Dumb People Town August 15th.
I love it.
Cannot wait. Cannot wait.
I want to hear you laughing on this thing. Well, now you get to be a part of it.
And can they listen to your radio show too?
How can people listen to your radio show? Can they just get it anywhere, or how do you get it?
Yeah, well, I think they have to go through our to my Facebook page in order to get that.
And that's just
you just find Facebook page. Yeah, Christopher Stackhouse on Facebook. Not hard to find.
So it is at DR underscore Stackhouse on Twitter. Follow that immediately.
What's he at? Because I remember we came to him and he's like, he had 30 followers on he's got a big radio show.
I didn't have 30. I think I had
17 or something like that. Yeah.
3.
And then how's he doing?
He's at 232, but we can get him over 1,000.
We can get him over 1,000.
Right
We're going to do this right here and right now. So you guys follow him. This is a good person to follow. He's just a good person to follow in life. Now let's go make fun of some dumb people.
All right, you ready?
This
was sent in by Jake Groney at
Love this
Jake Groney.
Love him.
Jake hashtag Dumb People Town at Daniel Van Kirk is how you get him into me. All right, here we go. This is just this is one of the weirdest stories. We'll find out.
Okay.
It's like the love child of Arnold Palmer and the Easter Bunny has been living secretly in Palmyra for the last 2 years.
By the way, who would combine those two things?
Well,
I was thinking the same thing. I'm trying to. Because I was thinking, is on a problem with the drink?
Right,
and
the drink.
The
drink is it's iced tea and
so
lemonade.
I'm thinking of a giant chocolate bunny like you have on Easter, and then
it's
inside of it is like lemonade iced tea mix.
Okay, good.
Right. Well, no, this would be the guy.
Okay.
So if somebody, which is even weirder, maybe, if you combine the guy with the Easter Bunny.
It's so bizarre.
If you don't do that, then who has been leaving golf balls on the streets of Palmyra for the last 2 years on streets, lots, and lawns all throughout the town? So this is a town that for 2 years, people have been waking up to dozens, if not hundreds, if not thousands of golf balls throughout their town.
So it's not bad. It's not mean.
Is it?
It's just,
Let's ask you, could this be an act of God?
What if
this is one of the plagues? This got cut when they made the edits for the King James version. They took out the golf ball plague.
It seems like this is a team effort. I know we haven't gotten into the story yet, but I'd be hard pressed to think that there's one guy. This is a conspiracy.
Okay, this is more than one.
Right.
He's got a street team. All
Quote, I have no idea. Honestly, it's been an ongoing thing. Scott Rhine said Wednesday.
Scott Rhine.
Right.
That's a guy who hasn't laughed in like 8 years.
It just makes me think of, for some reason, like the Rhine Auto Group. I don't know that they have any affiliation with the selling of used cars.
So, Stack, there is a building right by LAX here in Los Angeles. Its own. It's like
you see it every time you drive to the airport.
Every time we drive to the airport on the 105 freeway, and it's called the Raytheon Industries. Raytheon Industries, which to me sounds like the company that a bad guy in Beverly Hills Cop would own. Raytheon Industries.
Mm-hmm.
So the Rhine.
What do they make? I
don't know.
It sounds like you don't want your car to break down anywhere near there.
No, evil rockets.
By
evil rockets is what
quickly as possible.
That's right. Drive by, get out of there.
I have no idea. Honestly, it's been an ongoing thing. Scott Rhine said Wednesday. It's crazy. Rhine is the manager at Click Lewis. Guys, I swear to God, I did not remember.
I don't know what this is.
Click Lewis, a new and used car dealership. I did not know that when I read that through.
Okay.
Click Lewis.
Click Lewis. Click Lewis has a one handicap. If it's a guy,
Yeah, he
or a
plays
woman.
golf every day. Is Click his first name?
I think so, man.
Yeah, that's why. Is that two last names?
I don't know. It just says a manager at Click Lewis.
Yes, David Click and Michael Lewis have their own car dealership.
Click Lewis.
Click Lewis.
And how did they decide that Click was going to go before
That's
Lewis?
right. It might be Lewis Click.
He said golf balls started appearing on the car lot and surrounding streets 18 to 24 months ago, and it hasn't stopped. There's been no damage. It's not an issue. It's not a problem of vandalism. They just randomly appear.
This to me could be a new M. Night Shyamalan movie, right? And we're all living in it. It's like this is like golf ball crop circles.
Well, okay.
I think we need this.
You think we need this?
I think we need this. Listen, I think we've gotten bored with the Loch Ness Monster.
That's right.
We've gotten bored with Chupacabra.
That's
like
right.
This in 2020, we need something new to obsess over.
Uh-huh.
This is it.
Yeah,
The golf ball Arnold Palmer Easter egg.
That's right. That's it.
We got it.
That's
I'm sharing my screen with you right now, Dr. Stackhouse. This is what they want when they get to work. There's just golf balls. Now look, guys. This
By the way,
happens
they're randomly placed.
Yes.
There's no order to. It's not
Dan,
like they're
I'm
in the shape of a smiley face.
I'm going to say this. They are hail-sized golf balls.
Because
We always say it the other way around. Golf ball size hail. These are hail-sized golf balls sitting on the lot. Just randomly on the ground.
And that's
I was imagining one or two.
No, there's like 30.
And this isn't just here, friends. This is throughout the whole town. Imagine every town has one, at least one. These days, it feels like every town has 7 conspiracy guys in town. Imagine if you're the local conspiracy guy. This is validating everything you think about chemtrails, everything.
Rush.
Yes.
All of it.
Yes.
This is it. This is the gold rush. This is you've hit the
Government.
jackpot.
Right. This is your golden age of
Yes.
golf ball conspiracy.
It's all coming to happen. It's all coming to the 10th green.
The balls appear overnight and are there when employees arrive in the morning, Ryan explained.
Someone has to clean them up, and that's not nice.
Yeah.
But listen, once again, this is somebody or some people who are rich because golf balls are not cheap.
Yeah. Cost money.
Two, I feel like this is a blessing in disguise. You can flip that. You can start to sell all of those golf balls.
I mean, put this on the
That's
on the
profit to be
pamphlet.
made.
Come to Golf Ball Town.
Yeah.
You never know what you'll wake up. Play through Golf Ball Town.
Play through our town.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to ask you guys between last Tuesday morning and Wednesday morning, how many golf balls were scattered around the dealership in 2 days?
So what I love is that Stack on his own radio show, you know this, he does
Start playing
Guess the Age. He
Yeah.
did start doing Guess the Age, right?
Okay.
Yeah, I did. And okay, this whole thing is surreal because I never thought I'd, be talking to y'all, meeting y'all, that you know that I was doing the guest age thing.
I love it.
So yeah.
And it's fun
we do the
because you
guest
just
age.
put a little bit of stakes and all of a sudden you're so happy with yourself
When you get it. When you get it
I know.
right.
It's like
So,
a little victory.
My father got the answer right today. He grinned like he just won a new car.
I bet he still feels great.
I'll say this, Kevin Pollak, the actor, we did 2 of them in one episode, and he got both of them on the nose.
Right.
And I don't think I've ever seen him that happy.
He said this was as good as landing the role in A Few Good Men. Maybe he didn't say that, but okay.
Okay.
We call that a few good guesses.
So between Tuesday morning and Wednesday morning, how many golf balls do you think were scattered around Click Lewis dealership? Come on down, get yourself in a brand new Honda Accord today.
Click Lewis.
You are our guest,
Queen.
Dr. Stackhouse. Do you want to go first, Tig, or third?
Tig, go.
Tig.
All right,
Okay, so
all right,
Jay,
so
I'll go first. I love that he picked Tig.
Of course he picked Tig. It's not even a question. He was like, Tig, go.
All right. I'm going to say there were 475 golf balls.
475.
It's 2 mornings?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Stack, what do you think? In 2 mornings.
2 mornings, I'm going to say 136.
Yeah, that's good.
I said 475. You
Okay.
said
I'm going to say 87.
87. Okay. I'll tell you this just for fun. One of you is only 3 off.
Oh!
So let's
That's
go.
me.
Do you think it's you?
What'd you say, 132?
What'd you say?
Yeah.
132.
I'm going to go. Yeah, no, 132. Yeah,
Okay.
132.
I think it's him. I think it's up to 135.
Okay.
That's what I think. But what did I say? 475.
Uh-huh.
Right? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
Between
gonna say 90 because I said 87.
Between Wednesday and Tuesday mornings, there were 90 golf balls.
Okay, all right.
Some mornings, there are only 3 or 4 golf balls, Ryan said. The most he's found in one day. Do we want to
Let's guess that. What do you think is
so now you know that you had 90 over the span of 2 days. Some days he's only found 3 or 4. What's the most you think he found in one day?
Jay, you go first, then he'll go. And then 100.
Okay, 100.
Stack, what do you think?
42.
42.
Jackie Robinson, I don't blame you. I'm going to say 70.
Okay. The most he's found in one day was 65. Good job,
Oh,
Ryan.
wow. Andy. I'm on it.
He said, it's become a joke. Every morning we go for a walk to look for them. This is what Click Lewis is now doing instead of their sales meeting. Everybody needs to start coming in 10 minutes early to pick up these golf balls.
That's right. But do they have a big bowl? Like, they should put a giant tube of them and say,
And
if
by
you
the
can
way,
guess the number in the tube,
you can guess the balls.
you get free financing on a Click Lewis Ford.
We
I don't
take
know.
off the dealership price.
Right.
I think somebody needs to look into Click Lewis Pass.
Mhm.
Yes.
I'm sure that there's a disgruntled golf employee somewhere.
That's right.
that
Somebody got
done
fired
wrong.
for playing golf.
Someone got fired for playing golf, and this is just getting back at him.
And they don't want to damage anything.
Or I would look at the local golf course, or someone who lives near a lake near a golf course, because
Sure.
you can just kind of drag that thing and get tons of balls anyway.
Or just start playing golf because someone's going to brag about this. This
So-
is not something they're going to keep to themselves. They're going to be out on the
It's
course.
been going on for 2 years.
Jesus.
So
See,
far,
doing this for a day,
right,
even a week,
right,
is a prank.
right.
This
Doing
is
this for 2 years,
long time.
every night.
You're
long-
hurt. That's a lot of pain.
Yeah, there's somebody needs an apology somewhere.
That's right. Someone needs
If you
an
work
apology.
at Click Lewis, you just need to start apologizing to
Everyone,
I'm
anyone in
sorry.
golf pants.
Sorry.
Welcome to Click Lewis. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry for whatever
So
we may
far-
have done to you.
New slogan.
So far, nothing has been caught on the dealership surveillance cameras that shows who's putting them there, Ryan said. He noted that there aren't any golf courses or driving ranges close by.
Oh my God. This does feel like an act of God. I'm sorry.
It's like weirdly, there is no malice in it. It is
None.
not bad.
This is like
No.
the clown who stood on the corner
And
and
just
just
waved.
waved to people. He's
Right.
not being mean,
But he needs to stop.
He's not being mean, but people.
But it's enough. It's gone on long enough. The bit's over. You made everybody's day. Now go home.
We got to get him out of there.
Quote or the next line here. It's been going long enough that Ryan posted a message about it in the Palmyra Facebook group about a month ago. We got a lot of responses, he said. It's just all over Palmyra. It's a phenomenon. So it isn't even just the dealership.
Dude.
Balls have also turned up in surrounding areas, including Cherry, Maple, Forge, and Prince Street, Ridge Road, West Main Street, and Horseshoe Pike, Ryan said. Residents of the area were quick to chime in either with questions about the issue, theories about the ball's origins, or stories of their own golf ball encounters.
This is insane. It's like
It's
aliens.
bringing people together.
It's bringing people together, Stack.
It's getting a little chippy.
I think it's a truck. I think it's a
A
truck.
truck that rolls through
And
town.
they load up the truck,
Mhm.
and there's a hole on like the side of the truck,
Yep.
and they just feed them.
Feed 'em
Feed 'em
out.
run through and just
and,
let
you
them
know,
drop out. It's
yeah,
like
golf
one of those.
balls have a lot of bounce. So
Yeah, or like one of those I don't know if you ever seen like garlic drive across the country. They put them in
I
those
wonder,
things.
well, what if somebody does have a little plane? A lot of farms in where I'm, Rochelle, Illinois,
have tiny planes.
yeah, because they crop dust their own fields.
But, like,
so I wonder if
there's no
somebody's
da-
just driving over the town at night and just drop. But
there's no damage.
Yeah, that's
There's
right.
no
If you
damage.
drop these from a high level and they hit your car, there'd be dents. There'd be dents on the
Quote,
cars.
we get golf balls in our yard over on the other side of town on Lingle Avenue, wrote Megan Escobar. It's so strange.
So I like that this is one of those things that forces the town to talk to each other. So look, no matter who you are, you could own Click Lewis.
But see, the bad thing is Chernobyl brought a lot of people together too.
Yeah,
Yes,
damn,
Everybody
that's-
went down to the bridge to go look at the fire down at the plant.
Not good.
It's not always good. to
Not
bring
always good,
people
but
together.
this is not a bad thing. I mean, just to get people talking about stuff. Like at the local diner, Stack, there's two people sitting around going, did you see the golf? How many would you have in your lawn today? 5? I had 6.
Mm-hmm.
Now we have some.
if 2020 has shown us anything, we will take anything to fight each other about. So there's also people in that town that are blaming each other and for these golf balls. They're like, I know it's you. Yeah. I know you're the golf ball. I don't know. What would it be
golf
called?
Ball bandit? The golf ball bandit?
Yeah, I was going to say
because they're not stealing it. Right. You're not stealing it. It's just like the golf ball goblin.
The golf ball bunny?
The golf ball, the golf ball bunny or the golf ball goblin is pretty good.
The Easter Palmer.
The Easter Palmer is pretty good.
Easter
Palmyra.
Yeah, there it is. They're all over town. Agreed. Oh no, here's another quote. I'm doing this in order. I live in West Cherry, down by the cemetery.
Nobody
already.
Asked you.
I know.
Nobody asked.
Nobody wants to know.
Nobody
how
asked how close you are to dead people. Okay.
This, you know who said this too? Nicole Melissa. Not two people. Nicole Melissa.
She's the Click Lewis.
Nick Mel. Nick Mel said they are in our yard all, that was caps, the time. Where are they coming from? Tracy Crossan said all over in town. Every time we take a walk, my dog comes home with 2 in his mouth. The dogs, this is a problem for the dogs. Or it's a heyday for the dogs. There's balls everywhere.
Dogs.
Do you understand somewhere there's a police chief who's coming home every night?
He's got a cork board.
And he's got string
He takes his hat off. He wipes sweat. He sits down. His wife comes over and she's like, are you any closer to solving the case?
Yeah.
And that, by
he's
the way,
like, I don't know. It's a point of contention in their entire household.
Dude, is it somebody who hates golf? Is it somebody who loves golf too much?
No, but Stack is right, because the wife comes home and says, are you any closer? And he would say to her, does it look like I'm any closer? And now they're
here we go.
Now they're in a fight.
Right.
Now that's a fight.
WTH is this? Asked Keith Reh, R-E-H, who said the phenomenon could be explained once or twice. Perhaps, this is what he wrote. This is what Keith wrote.
Once or twice, perhaps.
Once or twice, perhaps a bored group of teens. This is getting worrisome considering there are houses right behind the dealership. Vandalism might be next. I'd say, Keith, slow down. It's been 2 years. Nobody started vandalizing anything yet.
This isn't the Golden State Killer.
Right.
All right,
Keith is one of those people that's always telling you it's going to rain.
Yeah.
Keith is like, supposed to rain tomorrow. Like, okay,
no, it
Keith.
isn't.
No, it isn't, Keith.
Thanks, Keith.
But where does one get so many golf balls to play this prank? Arissa Farr May wondered. Shane Southerly said, okay, I'm camping out. This has brought the whole town together.
The whole town is together.
Golf Ball USA. Okay, I'm camping out. Mystery needs solved. Shane Southerly didn't even have time to write a complete sentence.
Shane needs articles.
Shane
needs full sentence.
It's a mystery at the municipal offices, too. I don't know anything about it. Palmyra Bureau Manager Roger E. Powell said Thursday, it's the first I've heard of it. So Roger's been in denial. This has been going on for 2 years, and you haven't heard about golf balls in town?
Okay.
Impossible.
So maybe it's wrong.
Matter of fact, he's now the prime suspect.
Yes, I would agree.
Thank you.
Completely.
Thank you. So you try to do work. The red tape downtown. You yourself are trying to get a slave auction house removed from downtown Fayette. That takes a lot of work, and you've got to cut through a lot of red tape. And I'm sure people are like, we didn't know it was that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yes, they do.
You're knee deep in it.
Roger Powell knew. Powell said he asked police, and they're aware of it, but we've never had any official reports made. There's never been any reports of damage or anything like that. We're really just as much in the dark as everyone else because Roger's doing it.
Yeah.
He said anyone who sees or suspects anything about the mysterious golf balls should call police, quote, and maybe they can figure out what's going on there. He's very hands-on, hands-off. That's all I'm going to say about Roger Powell.
Maybe they can figure out what's going on.
A lot of qualifiers.
There. Also, depends where he put the emphasis on maybe. And maybe they can figure out what's going on there.
Right.
Yeah, but also, what can they do? This is not a crime.
Back to our guy, Ryan. He said, he's the one over at Click Lewis. He said he never reported the matter to police because no crime has been committed. No cars have been damaged, no windows, no doors, nothing, he said. It's they just appear.
Thank you.
In fact, he said, if the phenomenon stopped, I'd be upset. Want to know why? Quote, I'm getting free golf balls.
Yes.
I told you.
Exactly.
I told you.
There's a positive.
And once all this 2020 COVID stuff is over, this will probably increase tourism too.
That's
It works
right.
all
Why
around.
not? Come to
I'm
the
telling you, people are going to come to town to figure out the mystery.
You might wake up in the morning, golf balls all over your Airbnb.
So shouldn't they open up a driving range in this town?
Why not?
That could be a new business for these guys in this city
right.
if this city needs business.
So in fact, Ryan, I think it was Tom, I'm not sure, but he said he'd be upset because he's getting free golf balls. Thousands, in fact. Ryan said employees at the dealership collect them in a large box and put them to use, mostly for practice, he said, because they're not always in the greatest shape. But sometimes, he noted, they end up on the links. Quote, I'm an avid golfer. My colleagues are also avid golfers. And some of them are Titleist Pro V1 balls, which are cream of the crop, top of the line.
They are. That's a good ball. I mean, maybe he could hit it. What was her name? Melissa.
Nicole Melissa?
Maybe he could create a driving range down by her house. I mean,
Over
as
by the
long
cemetery?
as long as she doesn't live by a cemetery.
Oh, wait. No, she does.
She does. She told us she lived by a cemetery.
Somehow Top Golf needs to sponsor this mystery.
A Top Golf would be so good down there.
In this town. Open it
Yes,
up.
I know.
Jobs.
So I don't golf, but so Titleist Pro
There's
V1.
a good ball. That's a
a
good
really
ball.
good ball.
Yeah.
And some of them are broken up, he said. There's no consistency in the type of ball, however. He said some have Palmyra Cougars imprinted on them.
Ooh.
So that's like the high school?
Yeah,
This is like a mystery, like an unbelievable. This should be a movie.
This is like a Hardy Boys mystery.
It's like a
Yes, I'm telling you, this is more than one person.
That's right.
This
I
is
think
a
so.
conspiracy. And I don't know what city. I can't remember the city, but this is tourism.
Palmyra.
Yeah. Palmyra's tourism is about to go through the roof.
Please.
guys.
Wouldn't that be the best prank? to give them
Unfortunately, he added,
business?
most of the golf balls are junk. They've been hit by cars. Some have been run over. They get wedged into drains on Prince Street. Well, that's going to be a problem. Ultimately, Ryan would like to see the mystery solved someday. Quote, he says, everybody is to that point. It's not damaging anything so far as the business goes. We don't really care, but we'd love to know where they're coming from.
It's a great
Great mysteries. Unsolved mysteries.
I know.
Sometimes an unsolved mystery is a good thing.
Yes.
Do you agree?
I do. I do. Nobody wants to know everything, and
That's
nobody
right.
likes to know it all.
Nobody
So-
likes to know it all.
Right.
Need some mystery to it.
That's right.
Leave us
The
some
fact
mystery.
that somebody's been doing this for 2 years is they're not even interested in.
No, they're just
Like,
enjoying the long
They're
play.
like the Banksy of golf
That's
related pranks.
100%.
They're the pranksy.
There you go.
See?
And all you got to do is set a camera up.
Set a can.
But they have cameras at a
camera.
dealership.
They
and
have,
they've
and
never
they
caught
haven't
them on
seen
camera, which lends me to the idea that it is. We're turning into this sheriff. We're turning into this sheriff who's going to be weathered from this, and Keith Morrison's going to have to do the most harmless.
Someone is going in and scrubbing all the videos.
But what about those golf balls?
Yeah.
Those golf balls?
2 weeks from now,
Yep.
y'all gonna be still. Y'all are gonna be late at night, racking your brain, trying to figure it out.
Yes.
And somebody's gonna ask you, "Are you any closer to solving it?" You're gonna be like, "Do I look like I'm any closer?"
Honey, I'm not. That my wife's gonna be like, "What's wrong with you?" I'll be like, "I'm trying to solve this golf ball thing in Palmyra. I'm sorry.
I'm really, really freaking out. Come to bed. No, I'm just three more.
three more. I
got 3 more photos I need to put on the board.
That's hilarious.
That's
well, there
hilarious.
you go. That's the show. We just did a Dumb People Town mini with our good friend and friend of the show, Dr. Reverend Christopher Stackhouse, aka Stack. Follow him, Dr._Stackhouse
on Twitter. Let's get him over 1,000. Let's do it.
Follow this man just in life because he's smart, he's funny, he's connected, and you are a friend across so many states and other things, religions, and all that stuff. You are now connected to us, and I love it.
I appreciate it. Listen, this has been surreal for me. This has been a dream come true. To listen to the podcast and through the chain of events that none of us saw coming, to be able to be a part of this has been great. It's been fantastic. Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Jason. Thank you, Raymond.
I'm gonna say,
Thank you.
You know what? We
Gotta get back to work.
Dum 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 dum. Stick around, make a sound, hunker down. It's Dumb People Town.
Starburns Audio.
A podcast network.